Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roman, and listen, I know I've been gone for a minute, but now I'm back with the jump off. Yeah, I had a lot of shit going on in the last 4 weeks of the year, and I just decided I wanted to kick my year off by setting myself up with some normal routines, some things that will help me be productive. And so each day of the year I just made a goal for myself, and I just wanted to commit to doing that. So I was trying to create a new routine for my year, and I sort of gotten myself into that. I wasn't as motivated to come down here and on YouTube because of, you know, a lot of the political things that was going on had my attention, and I just was just swamped a little bit with a lot of work. And then also I was traveling, and so it was hard for me to find a location to record. You know, I was around a lot of family, and so it wasn't as easy for me to get down here and record a video. So I just decided that I'd just wait till I got home and I was in my zone and my zen, and I could really just get down here and talk my shit. So we are here. Thank you again to all my subscribers for your patience as I got myself together, and Happy New Year to you, and late Merry Christmas to you, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday with you, your family, and your friends. Without further ado, let's jump right into this shit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So first, I do want to kick it off with some Nicki news. It's a lot of shit going on with her. She did release some pics of Papa Bear. He is so cute. I think he looks more like Nicki Minaj's mom than either Nicki or Kenneth Petty. But I'm so glad to see her as a mother, and have watched her since like 2010, growing up in her rap career, to now see her to this point. So I expect a different vibe in her music. Not that she's not gonna be as raunchy, and not that she's not gonna talk that shit, but I expect her to be a little bit more aware. That's the word, aware of what she's saying and who potentially will be listening to what she's saying. So shout out to Nicki and Papa Bear and Kenneth Petty on their new baby. Let's talk about that Rich Sex lawsuit. So, you know, she was slapped with the actual single Rich Sex that came off of Queen, the album, and now allegedly this was Bricks Millions, he wrote the entire song. That's what got me out of everything. I thought Nicki wrote that, so I was very shocked. Who the fuck is texting me? I was very shocked to even know that she had somebody else write that. And then the specific points that he wrote, if you handsome and you broke, that ain't shit, or something like that. That was a very signature line in the song, and I thought Nicki came up with that. So I was taken aback by that. It's interesting he went so high with it. I think he did that after hearing about the Tracy Chapman lawsuit settlement, and I think once he got wind that she settled with Tracy Chapman, it was his chance to also do the same thing. So he striked, and he striked a little bit too high for the single. So I think that she'll be able to bring it down, but I think he went high, so he'll let her know where he wants to fall and land. I think he won't go away with anything more than a couple million, if that. But good luck. Yeah, but in the Tracy Chapman lawsuit settlement, she actually settled for $465,000. You know, again, she dropped a single. She leaked a single to DJ Funk Flex that was supposed to be on the Queen album, and it was her and Nas. And I think the title of the song was called Sorry, and it sampled some of Tracy Chapman's vocals. And Nicki had tried time and time again to get Tracy to clear it, but Tracy was like, no, time and time again, no. And so for Nicki to have leaked the song, and the song got out anyway, even though it wasn't on the album, I think Tracy was like, no, we're not gonna do this. So she got her money, she got her coins worth. So shout out to her. You know, any right person in their right mind would have did that. That's the reason you have those protections in place. So her fault. So Nicki went and unfollowed Megan, and so I think when she unfollowed Megan, that's what she wanted to do. But because everybody watch every fucking thing Nicki does and they're on her ass and on her pussy lips, she it was a quiet firestorm on Twitter. Everybody, oh, she unfollowed Megan, so they're not into it. So Nicki went and unfollowed every fucking body. And I said, good. That's what I would have done. I would have unfollowed every fucking body. Get out my fucking business. Mind your own damn business. Am I following you should be the question. Am I? Yes or no? So she unfollowed everyone, and then she slowly started following everyone back. And somebody who really, really looks up to her, not Mulatto, god damn, one of them, the rapper girls who really looks up to her, was happy to find out that it wasn't a mistake and she actually did follow her back. So shout out to Nicki and her IG game on lock. Like, motherfuckers be watching you. The petty sexual assault of a minor. This is so late, tired, delayed, confused, years late. Bitch, why you bother? It's getting on my nerves. They tried this shit when Nicki Minaj first announced her engagement to Kenneth Petty, and it was, oh, you're marrying a rapist, a man who assaulted a minor. She married him. Again, you just said it. She married him. He did that. He committed the crime. It ain't got shit to do with her. Okay? So you want to come after her because she has the bigger name to draw some attention, bring some attention. It ain't going to do shit. It didn't do shit when she got engaged to him. It ain't doing shit now. And I've been watching the people who've been recording, like talking about it on their YouTube channels. The shit, it faded, hasn't it? It faded, huh? There's no news there. There's no story there. There's no there. If the victim feels like she's been victimized and she wants to, you know, she wants some empathy, she wants some public sympathy, she wants a dime, she wants some, let her do what she's gonna do. Let her go talk to the media. Let her go do that. But leave Nicki and Kenneth out of it. They have Nicki has nothing to do with it. I'll say leave Nicki out of it. And if you want to go after Kenneth, do that separately. But the whole pulling Nicki into it, that actually is counterintuitive to what you want to do. Because see, then now people are looking at you just trying to come after Nicki and not really looking at you come after the actual thing, which is Kenneth and what he's done. So again, great. I understand it's clickbait, you know. Even when it was her birthday, happy birthday, Nicki, but it was really stories about her her husband's sexual assault. I'm just like, moving right along and the many things that she's got going on in her life. Do you think she gives a fuck about anybody down here on YouTube or on any other news site trying to talk about her and her husband after she just had a baby? Yeah, check for the album when it comes this year, and then we'll have this discussion later. But other than that, find something else to talk about. You know how many other people who've actually been sexually assaulted out here in the world who don't live with a famous rapper? You know what I mean? That needs attention cost to it. You know how many people are living with it still to the day, but you want to choose this because she's a celebrity and it's clickbait for you. Go have a seat. Go play musical chairs by yourself. Get up, take a chair away, sit the fuck back down till all the chairs are gone. Because there's no there. It's late, delayed, confused. I'm sorry. So yeah, her new album, I think she's going to be dropping an album this year. But Nicki, listen to me, baby. Listen to me, okay? You know I like to give. You know I like to drop some little hints on you. And I'm freeballing on news tonight. I didn't do no research or nothing. I'm just running my lips. I just grabbed some topics that I've been like seeing out here, and I'm just talking and running my mouth. Nicki, so this is what I want you to do. Before you drop an album, I know you're finna do your HBO series, because that's going to be footage from the Queen documentary that wasn't released then. This is what I need you to do. For me, you need to be on a show, not just any show. You need to start finding those same shows when you drop the pink print. Remember, hint, hint. Remember those talk shows you went on and the things you were talking about that got your audience hyped for the release of a new album? You need to do the same fucking thing. And now that we're in the age of everybody got a show on every fucking platform everywhere, you have a lot of different options. I say go high content, go low content, go everywhere, and just mix it up and chop it up. Because a lot of times people really just want to talk to you. They just really want to hear you talk your shit. That's why Queen Radio popped so hard, which I know you and hope you're going to be bringing back before the launch of your album. And I'm sorry, I ain't got no damn shirt on. I just got out of the shower and I said, let me just go and run my lips before I have company on their way. So yeah, I really hope that you do a talk show, a visual talk show, not just Queen Radio. You know, maybe you want to do Queen Radio unfiltered and do it on your YouTube channel where we can actually see you answering questions, because it's everything about you. It's your character, your personality that needs to be pulled out. You can't just give us an album and we don't have no fillers of how you feel, what's your emotional state of mind, you know, what some things been going on in your world. What do you think about some things going on? You know, we need to have that escalation before you drop an album. And then when you do drop an album, your visuals, I need them to be not just shaking that ass, bouncing that ass. I actually need you to start telling stories throughout your musical videos from beginning to end. Pull us in. You have a lot of people who grew up with you, so our mind frame from when it used to be hot to do that, it's changed. We've grown up. We want to see some different. We want to see you be a little more creative, have a little more story in it. Just, you know, just for me, at least for me. So I am looking out for that. Let's see what else. So Jada Pinkett, I was reading a article where somebody interviewed her about just was talking about her finances and stuff like that, and she said that she doesn't lend money or loan money to family members. And I was reading that, and she said that her reason for doing so is because if she doesn't feel like you're not ready for whatever it is you're trying to do, and if she doesn't feel like she can just give this to you without having to get it back, she's not going to do it. And I feel the same fucking way. I wish and I hope some of my family members are watching this, especially the one, they know who I'm talking about, or who I'm talking to. I'm sorry, motherfucker, you know who I'm talking to. But listen, it's not that I don't want to help or want to be, you know, the person there for you. It's just that I feel like, having gone through my own struggles and knowing what a dollar bill, how important $1 bill is, and knowing the value of a $1 bill, and actually knowing what $1 bill can do, I feel like when I give people money, even when they ask me for it, I only give it to you if I know that I'm okay with not receiving it back. So most of the time when I give people money, half the time when I give people money, all the time when I give people money, I don't ever want it back. I'm not looking to give it back. It's because I'm spur of the moment. I want to give you the money. Let me get rid of it, you know? Now, if someone's asking me for a huge investment like Jada was talking about, I look at the investment. So I look at, like she said, if someone's asking me to help them purchase a home, I look at the fact that, okay, can you sustain that house? Like, would you be able to pay the mortgage? Would you be able to pay the taxes to keep up the property? And so I'm sort of that same way too, you know? Hey, can you help me? You know, these are some things that have just, you know, recently occurred in my actually real life. You know, hey, can you co-sign for a car? And I'm like, you know, we're great. You know, a great friendship and stuff like that. And I do want to see you succeed. And I know how important having a car for you right now would be, especially with work and stuff like that. But I can't honestly say I'm going to do that and put myself on the line for something like that and even give you a down payment, because then it was, well, if you can't co-sign, can you give me a down payment? Even give you a down payment, help you with your down payment if I don't think that you can keep up the finances on this car. And I'll take it one step further. Had you come to me with a car that wasn't the kind of car you came to me about, you might have had a little bit more success in doing so, but you chose something that was way out of your bucket, and we talked about this, and so that's where I stand. And so I just thought it was timely that I saw this article, and I just related to it so much. Versus battle. So Ashanti and Keysha. So Ashanti got sick in December. They called it off. Now she's ready, and now they called it off again. And not for nothing, but I think that both of them were expecting to have projects or have something else to have done in time for a versus battle. And I think that was originally the thing behind Ashanti not wanting to do the versus battle. I think she wanted to have an album or a single ready. So, because again, you got to remember, for some of these artists, this is the first time in a long time they've had so much attention on them. And so I think a lot of them want to leverage that, you know, and if you have an audience of this magnitude on you and you have a new album, hello, you think they're gonna go to that album, they're going to go and just see what you're about, especially if we're listening to all your hits, it's gonna make us want to. I mean, everybody should tell their tell their artist, or if you represent them, to do this. So I think they both wanted to have something out. I don't think Ashanti had something ready. I think Keysha did. And I think that once it was time for them to be ready, I think Keysha got wind of that, and I think that's kind of what caused them to say, okay, no, I'm not gonna do this either then. Shit, I need more time now too. So I think that this isn't going to go away. It will come back eventually, and when it does come back, expect them to have projects to release afterwards. I can guarantee that. Soulja Boy and BowWow are potentially lined up to do a versus battle, and I think this is so interesting because, compared to even doing a versus battle with, he has a couple of hits and all of his is crank that, and I have love songs and R&B songs, and how you gonna crank that and then go into a love song? BowWow, you're feeling yourself. If not Soulja Boy, who else would you go and do a versus battle with? Who? I'm just trying to run down a list of people who I think no one. I think you should have I think you should do this versus battle for that exact reason. To shine the light on the fact that you had a lot of hits and you could go up against someone, but we wouldn't know that unless you actually do it. And now don't sleep on Soulja Boy, because he has had some hits. And although they're, I think we can name them on one hand. And I don't know any good features. He's had some hits. It may not be a long versus. It may be a 30 to 45 minute versus, but it's still worth your time. Again, you're not selling records. You're not on anyone's airwaves. So again, if this is going to boost attention on you in the right way, why not do it? In fact, weren't you just being clowned this weekend for stunting on a mini rescue boat? BowWow posted a video of him arriving on some port, and from one angle it looked like it was a huge boat, and then from another angle it turns out to be one of the rescue boats off of a big ship. You have got to do better. I think you need to do the versus battle. Gucci Mane. So let's talk about this. Gucci Mane gifted Keysha Kayor $1 million push gift. Now, and then she turned around and gave him $2.5 million Ice Daddy or Daddy Ice pendant necklace chain. So my thing is, what y'all in the house swapping money? He giving you $1 million, you giving him $2.5 million. Y'all just y'all pushing the pot around. I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, we know you broke, Keysha Kayor, and we know Gucci holding on to the little bit he got because he ain't been able to perform. I've been looking at numbers and artists ain't been able to perform. So what was the strategy of this? Just to show? I really swear y'all be doing shit for show. Like, let's say you weren't a celebrity. Would the value and the importance and the relevancy of you giving her $1 million still be there? No. So why even do it? Matter of fact, we don't be giving push gifts. That's rich people, rich white people shit. We don't be doing that. You push the baby out and we live and we move on. That $1 million could have went somewhere else. That was just dumb as fuck. And then her giving him another fucking ice chain. The ghetto and coonery of this shit. I told y'all about Gucci. I've already said, Gucci, Lil Boosie, I love their music. You can't take that away from me. Shit, I was just jamming to some Lil Boosie, some Gucci Man. I don't get drunk when I'm both right now. Yeah, I was just listening to that a few seconds ago. So it's just the dumb shit that people do. $1 million, come on now. The Aretha Franklin movie. So I was just like minding my business on Wikipedia, and I had searched Jennifer Hudson because I was just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with you. And I came across the fact that the Aretha Franklin movie, which she's starring in, she's going to be Jay Hudson, which we already knew. August 2021 is when it's slated to be released. They wanted to release it in February, but with the pandemic and everything, they pushed it back to August. So I'm really, really excited for this. I I'm excited to, like, again, I was searching Wikipedia because I wanted to see what the hell J Hud's been up to. And so I'm very, very excited to see her play Aretha Franklin. I'm very excited to see the movie. I wonder if she'll have some new music out before then, around that time, because that is the end of the window for like the nomination for the award season for the next year. So I don't know if she's looking to get a Grammy for next year, and if she is, she would be trying to drop an album right then and around that time. And so I don't know if that's why they timed the movie right then and there in August, because that's literally the last month you can drop an album to be counted towards the next Grammys. So we will see. I will stay tuned, stay posted. So Mary J. Blige, let's get it crunk up on her in this dance. I remember when that song came out, and I was like, what the fuck is she saying? Let's get it crunk up on this, fun up on this, in this, what was the word? Is it dancery? Or I was just, every time I'll be hearing that, I'll be like, let's get it crunk up on that, fun up on. What is she saying? Just to hear what other people were saying. But I love me some Mary. So Medi, she was on Taraji's show, Peace of Mind with Taraji. And, you know, I love me some Taraji. I feel like if I was reincarnated into like a grown-ass woman, I would be up there around Taraji. Like, I love the independent sexiness. I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you how it is, but keep it classy. Boss lady. I just love everything about it. Like, it just, now that shit turned me on. Like, when I see black women like Kamala Harris, like, just in charge, I just be like, it's something about it. You know, a badass, a bad bitch. So you just want to sit back like, damn. Am I sure? Am I gay for real? I need to double check. And that's how I feel about Taraji P. Henson. Like, even her name. Like, what, bitch? I could see me and her, like, just watching some of her videos of her on her own. I could just literally see me just chilling with her. Like, what up? What up? What up? What up? So Mary J. Blige went on her show, and the show's topic was being single during the holidays. And, you know, Taraji recently ended her engagement to Kelvin Hayden, so this was a timely topic for her. And so they were talking about her, you know, being single and what it feels like. And she really, you know, she hit home, and she talked about a lot of things. Now, let's take a pause there. The reason this hits so near and dear to me is I recently became a single bachelor again. I was dating someone for about 3 months, and for a while, for like maybe up a month and a half into the dating. Now I've known them for like a year or so, but I finally was like, well, not I, but we finally was like, okay, let's try this. So we started dating, and some things happened. I took a trip with my ex, and that put a really huge dent in it. And so I just assumed that it was going to be like over after that, because I had confessed that's what I did. I took a trip to go see my ex back in Chicago, and you know, I accepted and expected everything that was going to come thereafter. I knew that, okay, there's going to be this opportunity to cheat or do whatever. Okay, cool. So no, he doesn't cheat or anything. He decides to double down and say, okay, now I want to be in a relationship. He knew I didn't want to be in a relationship, nor was I ready to be in a relationship. I just had so many others. My brain, I can't do or commit to anything unless my other previous commitments are at a level of completion or working towards it. And my other commitments in my life then and right now, I'm still working towards that level of progress. So I just didn't want to bring another commitment on. And I said, I like you. I love being around you. I just cannot see myself being in a relationship right now, because I wouldn't give you all of me at all. So on December 23rd, I think it was supposed to be like a Christmas gift to me. I don't know. But, you know, he FaceTimed me. I was back home with my family, and he asked me, would I be in a relationship with him? Am I ready to take it to the next level? I'm ready to be in a relationship with you. Would you let me know? And I'm at this point, again, I'm not thinking that him still sticking around with me was him showing how much he wanted to be with me or anything. I literally was like, okay, he accepted that we can move on and continue getting to know each other in this dating ship. I think he thought in his mind that was a testament of, oh, we can do this. And so I was like, no, I'm sorry, I really can't, not right now. I like you, you know, we're exclusive, you're it, you know, you boo, you bae and all of that, but I'm just not ready to be in a full committed relationship. Okay, I get it. By midnight, he had sent me an essay basically saying, you know, I can't move forward with this. You know, sum it all up. He had been starting to talk to somebody else, and before he wanted to move on to that person, he wanted to find out whether or not I was serious or not. And that was his answer. So he was basically telling me that he's moving on. And so you know, I think I was in my feelings for a little bit because I felt like, oh, so you was cheating. But we really not cheating because we were dating. I was, you know, I'm human, so I felt some kind of way. But I let it go. And at midnight, when the clock struck 12 on New Year's Eve, I felt a sense of, again, this is why I started my year with this routine of, let me get into a routine. Because it felt so good to just like literally not be committed to things, not be in a commitment, or not to be doing things that I truly didn't feel like I wanted to do, you know. I had been in a long-term relationship before, and then I get into a long-term dating relationship. Then, you know, I've always had a main guy. I've always had a main guy. Always had a main guy. Even now, you know, with me breaking the dating off with December 23rd, here it is, January 9th, and I have, you know, I got a friend. And it's not that I'm hot in the pot, because I'm a very much so relationship oriented guy. It's just that I cannot do. I'm a lover, so like I like to build with one person. I like to do things and grow with one person. But that takes time with me. Like I can date you again for 3, 4, 5, 6 months until I'm ready. And I just don't jump. And so most of the time I find guys just wanting to, let's jump, let's do this, let's jump, let's do this. And no, I'm not like that. I have to feel like, okay, I got all this shit going on, but I definitely want to be with you. And I didn't feel that. So it is what it is. I know you're watching this because you watch my videos. Shit, you was around when I was recording them. So you know how I feel. We're still good. We're still cool. We're still friends. I respect that you had to move on and do what you had to do. Just know that I really wasn't trying to hurt your feelings or anything like that. I just, you know, shit happens. So I say all of that to say, being single during the holidays was very relative to me. So that's why I thought this was so interesting to hear their perspective. And Mary J. Blige gave some really good insights. You know, she talked about what she went through, and she basically was saying that, you know, it's tough, you know, you feel alone, you know, you can be alone and stuff, but she said she'd rather be alone than miserable. And she'd rather have to deal and go through this shit than to be in something or to be around someone that she doesn't want to be around. And I absolutely 100% agree. I just feel like, what is this? Piece of lint? That she also agreed and concurred. And so I totally forgot that Mary J. Blige pays her ex-spouse $30,000 a month. And he wants to have that increase. He wanted to have that increase to $65,000. Are you high? Let's talk about the Kim and Kanye divorce. Now, who didn't see this coming? Like, who didn't see this coming? Once someone doesn't fit the Kardashian brand, you're out. They don't give a fuck who you are. You're out the door. And for a while, she had been trying to make it work. You can tell clearly and honestly. But I think he became embarrassing for her in a lot of ways, especially as she tried to shift her career into being a lawyer and to begin working for prison reform. You know, I'm not knocking that at all. I just feel like it's very, yeah. And so with Kanye having done everything that he's done publicly, especially with, you know, coming after Kim, talking about how she didn't want to keep the baby, calling her mother, can't, what the fuck is her name? Calling Kim Kardashian's mom, Kim Jong-un, or something like that. He made some reference to her, to North Korea's dictator. I think all of those things culminating just made it really, really difficult for them to have a relationship. Not to mention, he wasn't really in any of their family photos, as you can see. He basically had a stand-in. I think that they have decided to break ways. Now, it's interesting, what they're trying to do is settle all of their estate and their belongings before the actual divorce proceedings, which sort of protects and shields their information from becoming public. Because, you know, once they get a divorce, that divorce proceeding becomes public and we'll know what was settled and who gets what. But if they do all of that beforehand, we won't know, and it'll be totally quiet how much assets are valued at and who has what. And so I think they're trying to go for that route. And I think that he'll be amicable to that. I think she wants the house in Calabasas so she can keep and raise the kids there. And I think he is in Wyoming. And so that'll be interesting to see if he budges on that. But I do think this will just spiral Kanye into another place. Because, again, you got to remember, him wanting to be married originally was the fact that he didn't feel like he had family with the death of his mother. This is what I thought. And so once he got married, he had kids, he had family. And so can you imagine what'll happen once this is gone? I don't know what other support systems he has in his life, but I feel like this was something that helped him in some way, some fashion, feel grounded and connected. And so I'll be watching his behavior during this, just to see if there are any signs. And I really do hope that he still maintains a relationship with Kim. Like, you should still be amicable. You should still be able to talk. I think there should still be family days where you all come together, because I think it's not only healthy and important for the kids, but I think it's healthy and important for Kanye as well, just to be received and acknowledged as a father in that manner. So I you know, for all that it's worth, I don't want this to be the downfall to Kanye West. I actually want it to just give him the space he needs to continue working on his mental health and following his journey. The only thing I just hate that he does is just he goes off the wires. Now, Twitter has banned Donald Trump indefinitely. I think they may need to suspend your ass when you be getting on there talking all of, you know, just saying reckless shit. Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be your detriment. Take heed. I'm telling y'all, I just had mad shit. I just was writing down shit. Every time I would just write shit down, like, oh, I want to talk about that. So Oprah, you know, I was having a conversation with my aunt, and I was telling her that I just hate how a lot of times, you know, these wealthy black entrepreneurs, they divest a lot of their business opportunities, you know, after they've grown it. They don't really stay in it to appreciate the value of it. So, you know, Jay-Z basically is interested in selling off Tidal, you know, and I'm like, why? You know, why don't you keep it until it actually garners the attention that you've expected it to garner? You know, and when I say that, I mean, you know, where you've innovated another way for people to engage their artists. You know, why haven't you connected a social component to Tidal, being that you got Beyonce as your biggest mouthpiece and market piece? That could be something that's built directly into the Tidal platform, and it'll allow you also to have ads and, you know, allow people to make purchases. So I think that, and it's a legacy, you know, it's a black owned thing. And so once you sell it, it loses that title. And so we don't have an alternative that's running up against Spotify and Apple Music. We always lose them because you guys always want to sell them off to get another big buck because you're done with it. And it's like, yeah, I get that you're done with it, but think about the longer term picture and the value. You know, I think it's important for you to have stayed at the table with this one. Oprah, you know, Oprah has OWN, and so she basically sold the majority share of OWN to back to Discovery. Now, you know, Discovery had the original channel and they sold that channel to Oprah Harpo Studios, and she became the majority stake owner in that channel. So she basically just divested her stock and gave it to Discovery for a larger share. Now, she does still have share of stock in ownership in OWN, the network, through her Harpo Studios, but it's not the majority anymore. And she's still the CEO and president, but it's not owned by Oprah Winfrey. It's actually owned by Discovery. And so she traded that in for a minor, I think it was like less than 5% share of Discovery, the actual bigger network. Now, I get what you're doing. You know, you're trying to drop the low hand for the big hand, but again, all of this taking your name off of stuff, us losing this legacy value, it goes to the fact that we don't own shit. We don't have shit, and every time we get shit, we trying to sell it off to get the next bigger dollar. It's like we forget our own people. You know, I think OWN could have grown, especially with the Bell Collective, and so that's another show I want to get into, and I wanted to do reviews on that show, but it's looking like it's going to be another Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I don't want to get into doing those kind of reviews. I just don't. I'd rather laugh my ass off watching y'all the show than getting down here picking and talking shit about y'all and pulling every scene apart. It's, you know, it's just a fucking show. And now to know that they're scripted, it's not worth it. Yeah, so now Oprah doesn't really own. It just pisses me off. It's just like, okay, there we go, another one gone. You know, OWN could have turned, you know, into another, it grew out a streaming app and grown out streaming, and, you know, took an avenue for that. So yeah, that, I just wanted to drop a video and just talk some shit and just, you know, put something up here. I had texted another content creator down in the beef sector, and I was like, hey, I'm just like totally unmotivated. I'm not interested in doing this, and not interested in like making a video, but like it takes time to edit and pull all that stuff together, so I just haven't been really interested in doing so. So I just said, let me just go down here and talk and say some shit, and so that's it. Again, please like, please subscribe, and until next time,